Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel, Beyond the Limit. This channel is my journey to what I hope to be. Will be running the Cocodona 250 mile race in 2027. So I started this channel just to chronicle the journey, talk about my training, ups and downs, lows, highs, all those sorts of things. And one of the things that I was wanting to do was do information on the runs that I have this year, my races that I'm doing. I started with Dopey at the beginning of the year, and then this is going to be my review, my update of Blackbeard's Revenge Ultra 100 mile out in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Blackbeard's was just over a week ago, and so I just wanted to update everybody on my progress, how it went, the highs, the lows, everything in between. Just to start off with, overall, it was an absolute fabulous experience. I absolutely love Blackbeard's. This was my third running of the 100 mile, the fourth time I've actually been there. The first time was as a pacer for my friend Mia. And fell in love with the race, the people that put it on, and this was my third year back. So here's my review. I'll tell you finally at the end. I'll tell you what all took place, what happened. But I want to kind of go into the week leading up to that and during the race and that sort of thing. But little spoiler alert, didn't go quite as well as I had expected, but it is what it is. So more on that later. So to start off with, at the beginning part of the week of running Blackbeard's, I found out that I was accepted into the Michael J. Fox Foundation, Team Fox, for running Dopey at Marathon Weekend at Walt Disney World for 2027. So that meant I didn't have to deal with the registration process. That was the Tuesday before Blackbeard's. And I always, anytime I run for charity, do anything for charity, I like to get people engaged, find fun ways to get people involved and that sort of thing. And I came up with this crazy idea that I would wear this ridiculous hat for the entirety of my race. And you can see it's a pretty big, ridiculous hat for the entirety of my race at Blackbeard's if I got every mile sponsored. And it was $10 to sponsor a mile. Made it a little special for mile 50 and mile 100. And yeah, so I wore that, what became known as the ridiculous hat, for the entire length of my race on at Blackbeard's. So it became quite the hit. A lot of people loved it. A lot of comments were made. I had people that wanted to take a picture of me with the hat. I guess they probably just wanted to take a picture of the hat. I just happened to be wearing it. But yeah, I did wear it the entire time that I was out there. So yeah, it was hot. It wasn't real comfortable, but that's okay. It was a good conversation starter and had a lot of fun. So with that in mind, I do want to do a special shout out to those that donated. And in the first week of opening up my charity page, over $1,600 was donated. So guys, that's just amazing. And I can't thank you enough. It goes to a great cause, Michael J. Fox Foundation. As you may or may not know, is a cause that's close to my heart. My wife, Missy, was diagnosed with young onset Parkinson's disease about a decade ago. So hopefully one of these days we'll find a cure for it. I'm absolutely sure we'll find a cure for it. I just hope it's sooner rather than later. But Missy is out there every day fighting. And so it was my honor to be able to get out there and fight with a ridiculous hat, raise some money for Michael J. Fox, for Team Fox, as I get ready for my 5th Dopey next year. So donors that helped me raise the money for this ridiculous hat, and I'm sorry, I'm going to have to look at my my phone here to remember all the names, because I can't remember all of them. But anyway, the two that I want to shout out first and specifically, Trista Spencer. She is a Blackbeard's 100 runner. And she thought this was a great idea. She donated money, and hers was mile 100. So Trista, thank you so much. It was an honor being out there on that road with you. And I just can't thank you enough. The other donors that I would like to specifically mention, first of all, are my friends Tracy and Mike McNinch. I worked with Tracy when I worked in Illinois, and when I first started looking at trail running, or running at all, I went to her for all the advice. She's a runner. She's ran her entire life. She's a coach in Illinois, track coach. And so I asked her endless questions about running, from shoes to what should I wear, and how do I do this? How do I do that? What's the best what is running form? And should I fuel? Do I need to fuel? All the ridiculous questions that every new runner typically has. And I was lucky enough to have Tracy to be able to ask those questions to. And she was very generous with her time and always made time for me for my questions. So when I decided to run Blackbeard's 100 in 2024, one of the first people I called was her to see if she'd be willing to pace me. And she said, absolutely. My husband Mike came along with her, and Mike was just the absolute best crew person. He and Missy worked well together and got me through that first 100 miles. Tracy got a little addicted to it and decided that last year she was going to come run it as well to be her first 100 miles. So it was my first 100 miles in 2024, her first 100 miles in 2025. We ran it together. I slowed her way down, which I'm sure drove her crazy, but she was gracious enough not to show that or to mention it, let it bother her. It was a great time. She did fabulous. So got my second buckle. She got her first buckle. She had grand plans to run it again this year for time. And so for the third year, she was down there with me. And her and Mike donated, so they were mile 50. My plan was to do a shout out to these people, to Mike and Tracy, as well as Trista, while I was actually running the race, but had some equipment issues, battery failures, got tired of carrying my action camera, so didn't get a whole lot of footage, pictures, video along the course this year, which I apologize. So unfortunately, you have to look at this head here and hear me talking, but I will include some pictures and stories from the route itself. So, but yeah, those were the two big donors right up front. Other donors that donated are Paige Stewart. She's one of my co-workers here in Texas, and she's doing a little running herself. I'd like to see her out there at Ultra one day. But yeah, she donated, and has just been wonderful to support me. My dear friend Emily Myers in Illinois, thank you, Emily, so much. She donated. And she's also gotten into running. I'm not sure if she used to run, but I know when I first met her, she wasn't really running, but she started to get back into running, and I just love seeing what she's doing. Let's see, who else do we have? We have Cindy Gibson. Cindy, thank you so much. She's one of our SRC Stephenville Running Club members here, and she donated. Michelle Markowitz, who will forever be known to me as Michelle Dorr. She was one of my bandmates at the U in Miami way back in the day at the Band of the Hour. So Michelle, thank you so much. You always have a special place in my heart, and I love you, friend. Megan, oh my goodness. Megan she works for Trivium, which puts on Blackbeards. She was the ambassador coordinator this year, and she donated. So she donated enough for 2.5 miles, but she got 2 miles. Kathy Berberwich, I apologize if I butcher your name. She came to this through Blackbeards, I believe. Megan was gracious enough to post it to the Blackbeard's Facebook page. And so I got several donations from people that I don't even know just through that. So that was Kathy. There was also Grace Lenhart. She donated, and She is hoping to run Blackbeards one day. She is going to be running the Disney Marathon in 2027. So Grace, if you hear this, if you see this, please come find me next year. We'll connect, we'll chat before then, but hopefully we can catch up with each other, get a selfie or something. So thank you very much. She's also running another Trivium race, the Highball to Thurmond race. Pam Stone, who is from my hometown in Buena Vista, Virginia, moved to Tennessee. She actually goes to the church that Missy and I went to when we lived in Tennessee. So a lot of fun connections there. Pam, thank you. Megan Lee, my Team Fox buddy. I've gotten to know Megan through Team Fox, and she's just a lot of fun. She does some creative things to raise money for Team Fox for her races as well, like plank challenges. So look up Megan Lee. She loves her Team Fox jerseys, and she's going to be doing a plank challenge at Disney twice coming up this year. So try and find her on social media, donate to her, and make her do some planks in a fun place at Disney. My place this past year was in front of Expedition Everest, because that's my favorite ride. So she did some planks for my donation there. Jeff Keyser, I believe he came to me through Blackbeards. Mark Lemley, again, Blackbeards. So I can't say enough about the Blackbeards community. Not only is it a great race, the people are fabulous, but just the whole community is just wonderful. Michael Milam, again, Blackbeards community. Mary Miller, Blackbeards. Lori McGuire. Lori is one of Missy's friends who does 29029 with her. And she actually was part of my crew this year at Blackbeard. So Lori, thank you so much. And thank you for the donation. Carolyn Adams, Grammy Glowfingers, I think. I hope I'm not getting names confused here, so I apologize if I am. But Carolyn, I know she was Blackbeard, so thank you so much. Julie Bowen, again, Blackbeards. Let's see, my cousin, Edie Adams. Edie, thank you so much. She lives in the Outer Banks, and one of my most favorite things about doing Blackbeards every year is getting to see Edie down there, Edie and her husband. And so I just love seeing those two down there when we get down there. She's surprised me the last couple of years. We planned things a little bit better this year, so we got to see them a little bit more. Rosalinda Martinez. Thank you, Rosalinda. Wonderful. Helen Mayberry, once again, another SRC person donating. And then the final donor that I have is Sarah Timko. So Sarah, I met through 50 Legs Foundation last year when I ran the Boston Marathon for 50 Legs. She was also one of the 50 Legs runners. So we got to know each other a little bit through that, and she graciously donated. So that was the exciting couple of days, a week leading up to Blackbeards. Wednesday, Missy and I flew out. Things were going great. Flight was on time. We had no problems at the airport, no TSA problems. Got into Virginia Beach, and I started getting all these texts. So backstory, my mom, I had mentioned to her, my mother, several months ago about maybe coming down to the Outer Banks. She lives in the western part of Virginia, over in the Shenandoah Valley, Buena Vista, Virginia. And I mentioned to her maybe coming down and watching some of the race, get to see her for a little bit, and maybe my sister Ann could drive her down. So they finally decided that that's what they were going to do. They were going to come visit in the Outer Banks, get to see my cousin, and hang out with us for a few days. And so after we landed, while I'm waiting on baggage, I start getting all these texts that they have been in a car accident. Quickly found out that they were fine. They were doing okay, but the car was a mess. It wasn't going to be drivable. Luckily, they had made it far enough. They were in Newport News. So Newport News and Virginia Beach, Norfolk, that area aren't that far apart. It was about 15 miles from the airport to where they were. And so we got the rental van, and drove over there. It took us an hour to make that 15 miles because of all the construction going on around there. But we got over there, and yeah, it was pretty obvious that the car wasn't drivable at that point. But they were okay, so waited for the tow truck to come, got her car towed away, stopped to have some lunch or some dinner so we wouldn't have to fight traffic. And then we loaded up in the van and headed down south to the Outer Banks. Got down to our rental house a little later than we had wanted to, but that was fine. Everybody was safe. It was all good. And that was Wednesday. Thursday got up, started prepping for the weekend, getting stuff ready. And what else did we do Thursday? Oh, so a month or so ago, I started looking for a place to get some good fresh sourdough bread because I was really wanting some good fresh sourdough to carb load prior to Blackbeard's. And my puppies come up to see me, so I wish you could see him on the camera here, but I got stuff in the way he can't quite get over, but gonna rub his head a little bit. So I found this wonderful, wonderful bakery, Red's Breads. It's run by Red, and she bakes out of her home and sells all these wonderful, delicious sourdough breads of just everything. She has it all. So made contact with her, and she did a bake for us, and she opened it up to all of Blackbeard's, offered a discount. So Red's Breads, Red, thank you so much. It was great meeting you. Thursday, we went and picked up this tremendous load of bread. It was an amazing amount. Looked delicious, smelled delicious, and it was absolutely delicious. Thursday night, we all went out to dinner Thursday night. Had a great time, met up with my cousins and the whole house, everybody from my crew, which was myself, Missy, Lori, and my friend Jen. My friend Jen drove down from Northern Virginia. We've been friends since high school, and so she was going to be my pacer, and Lori and Missy were my crew. And then we had all of Tracy's crew. Tracy had enough pacers to make a relay team. And so all of us went out to dinner that night and had a great time. Friday, finished getting things ready. During the afternoon, I went over to Packet Pickup. I was a Blackbeard's race ambassador. So part of that was I had the honor of doing Packet Pickup, so volunteering for that. Got to meet lots of great people, wore the ridiculous hat, and had a great time. And handed out lots of packets, shook lots of hands, had a great time, met all the rest of the ambassadors who none of them I'd met in person. So got to meet all the ambassadors and all the fun people there. And so then didn't sleep great Friday night, which who sleeps great before a 100-mile race, but slept better than I had for a while and felt good. Got up Saturday, was feeling good, got to the start line. It was drizzling a little bit, rainy. And yeah, that's I'm going to let my videos and pictures show the rest up until we get to the end. So that's it for now, and I'll be back. Here we go.
Go get him, Jen!
All right, we just started Blackbeard's. It's a nice morning. Feels great. Temperature's perfect. A little rainy, drizzly, but not bad at all. Having a good time. There's still people coming out behind me. Got a whole line of flashing lights up in front of me. So it started 100 miles down to get to Hatteras. Gonna be a long day, long night, long day, but here we go. Hey there, good morning. Out here at Blackbeard's 100. Just got past mile 6. So 94 to go. Feeling good, have no complaints. I'm trying to stick to my intervals. Currently doing 20-30, working good. Chatted with a couple of people early on, so But now I'm kind of out here all alone running down the Outer Banks. If you missed it, I'm wearing this ridiculous hat for charity. If you saw it on my Facebook or Instagram earlier in the week, I got notified by Michael J. Fox Foundation that I'll be running with Team Fox for Dopey Challenge in 2027. So I thought as a nice way to fundraise, I threw it out there on Tuesday that if I got every mile sponsored for the 100 miles, $10 a mile, that I'd wear this ridiculous hat for 100 miles. So yeah, friends, family, and ultra running community, Blackbeard's community all came through, and so now I get to wear this hat for 100 miles, but it's all okay. Weather's supposed to be, I missed my run interval, oh well. Weather's supposed to be decent today. It's been sprinkling a little bit, first little bit, but it looks like that's clearing out. Starting to get daylight. High is going to be in the 60s. Wind starting out in the south. Supposed to turn out of the north, which will be wonderful. I've never had a tailwind at Blackbeard, so that'll be weird. And then at some point tomorrow, it's supposed to turn back to the south. But yeah, can't really complain about it. So I'm going to keep going here. 96 to go. All right, almost 13 miles in. Almost got hit by a big giant redneck truck. Yay, good times. But otherwise doing okay. Long stretch of boring road here, so. But moving forward, still keeping the paces that I wanted to keep so far, so. All right, 87 to go. Okay, so when I decided to start this YouTube channel to try and chronicle the journey to Cocodona that I'm hoping to do next year, I said I was going to be open and honest about how the journey's going and that sort of thing. And I'm at Blackbeard's Revenge. I am about 14 and a half miles in or so. I've already gotten in my own head. So I made the mistake of looking to see where how the relay teams and one of my other friends that's running this, how they're doing. I knew they were going faster than me. I knew that was the plan, but it kind of hit me how much faster that they're going than me, and you know, I still have 85 miles to go, and I don't know, just got in my own head and don't like that feeling. So I need to get out of that, and I thought maybe just doing a little recording and sharing that would maybe help me, and if somebody else gets in the same situation, I would be telling them that not to be comparing. Comparison is the stealer of joy, blah blah blah. It's a whole lot easier for me to say to someone else than to say it to myself. I know it's true. I know I shouldn't be comparing myself. Anybody that can do 100 miles is a badass. Anybody that can do any miles is a badass. But we all have goals that we want to meet, and when we're off from those goals, or start comparing ourselves to other people, especially people we know, it gets a little rough sometimes. So I don't know, it is what it is. So I'm gonna put this away. I'm gonna dig my sunglasses out of my pack here and try and keep pushing for another 85 miles. So okay, I'll be back soon. All right, 17.4-ish currently. I just wanted to show you all this view. So this is the Outer Banks. This is the sound over there. So just beautiful. A little windy, still coming out of the south. All right, I want to share part of this course with you. It's a pretty cool part. I stop and take a picture here every year. It's the yellow brick road here. And my running buddy Tracy, she loves Wizard of Oz, and first time we saw this, she got all excited about it. So I have to stop and get a little video of it. I don't know, a little over 20 miles in, so still chugging along, slow and steady, right? Got the slow part down. I don't know about the steady, but we're getting there. We're over a fifth of the way there. Oh, all right, all the way there. All right, 26 miles in the middle of the dunes. So more than a quarter of the way done. Feeling okay, kind of tired, but slowed down a little bit, but still on pace for what I'd like. I'm happy with it, so just wish I felt better, but you know, what can I say? I've run a marathon, so I guess I shouldn't feel great, but yeah, still getting it. So as you can see, not a whole lot here. Dunes on one side, the ocean's on the other side of those dunes, and then lots of houses on that side. So all right, peace out.
So these are the last pictures that I took during the evening. 40-mile marker, and then it got dark. Found a little snuggle buddy along the road. Decided not to engage said snuggle buddy, but this was one big teddy bear just laying out there.
Well, okay. Unfortunately, I don't have a shiny buckle to show you at the end of all of this. I would really like to, because it was a really cool looking buckle. The buckle and the medal this year, Blackbeard's Trivium, just hit it out of the park. So I would love to have one to show you, but unfortunately I do not. I DNF'd this race. It was heartbreaking and confusing. But so before I get into that, I want to go over everything that went well, that went right during Blackbeard's 2026. It was a great time. The weather was the best that it's been in the 4 years that I've been there. Got a little warm during the day, but other than that, the weather was perfect. A little bit of rain early in the morning for like the first hour or so, maybe. But then it was beautiful. Had a tailwind for the vast majority of the day and night, which again was something very different. So weather was great, beautiful blue skies. My nutrition and hydration were just almost perfect. I was very aware of when I was eating, when I was drinking, making sure that I stayed on top of all of that, and did a great job. I tried some new things this year that I'd tried in training. Nothing new on race day, but it was different than the previous couple of years and any other long race that I'd done before. Those things worked very, very well. Used a new hydration vest. The old one I had, Solomon, I've had 2 Solomons, was starting to rub a little bit, so I'm not sure what the issue was with that, but I also knew that I needed a bigger one. So I wanted to try this one from Ultraspire, and it worked great. No rubs, it was comfortable the whole day. I packed it in, did great. One of the things that I wanted to do at Blackbeard's was kind of emulate what I would have to experience at High Lonesome 100 coming up in July, as far as when I would see my crew, when I could have pacers and that sort of thing. So I did not see Missy and my crew or take any aid from them. I saw them once or twice, but I didn't take any aid from them until about mile 30. Prior to that, I was using aid station stuff and what I carried with me, and that all worked great. Had no problems with that whatsoever. Did get into my head a little bit early, but got out of that and was moving right along. Felt good. My legs felt better than they have felt of any of the 3 Blackbeards that I've done. Really just felt good. Of course, I was tired. I've been out there a long time, but I was still moving good. I was still keeping paces that I wanted to keep. I was still running some, keeping my intervals, so doing well with that. What else went really well? Oh, I didn't get a pacer until mile 50, till I got to the halfway point. That's about what it's going to be for High Lonesome, and picked up Jen at mile 50. And we went on our merry way, feeling good. Jen dropped out after, I think it was mile 62 or so. I believe it was 62. Jen dropped back out. I was going to be by myself for the next 4 miles. Those 4 miles went great. That last picture I took was during those 4 miles of the big giant teddy bear that was along the side of the road. That was in my last 4 miles, or in that 4 miles that I was by myself. So between 62 to 66, something like that. At mile 50, I did decide to change socks. I didn't change shoes. Shoes were feeling good. I just thought, well, let me freshen up my feet. Same kind of socks I'd been wearing, just a fresh pair. Moving on, once I picked Jen up again, I started noticing my feet were starting to hurt a little bit, the bottom of my feet, especially my left foot. Thought maybe it was just because I'd been on my feet for over 60 miles, which is not unusual for me. My feet start to ache a little bit and that sort of thing. As I got to the next aid station, which I guess was at I think 68, somewhere around there. I mentioned to Jen that somewhere between 68 and the next aid station, which was 72, I mentioned to Jen that I was, let me back up. I thought I was starting to maybe get some blisters. And so is what I decided to do the next time that I saw, the next time that I was supposed to actually get aid from Missy, which was, somewhere up in the 80s. I can't remember exactly where it was. I would take a look at my feet, change shoes, maybe change socks, that sort of thing, take a look at it. As we were getting closer to 72, the aid station there, I thought, well, maybe I'll need to meet up with Missy at the next aid stop after 72, which is where I was going to be losing Jen for the next time. So I'd lose Jen for a few more miles, and then she was going to finish out with me. So that was going to be the plan, beat up with Missy one aid station earlier than I had anticipated. Got to 72, aids. One more thing that worked really, really well. I did not spend much time at the aid stations at all. I was in and out. I refilled my water bottles and got moving, grabbed food that I wanted and just kept going. And it was great. It was so different than the previous 2 years. Felt really good. Got to 72, got some bacon. I think I may have gone to the bathroom there. Can't remember for sure. Started out of 72, got, I don't know, maybe 50 feet down the road from the aid station. And I looked at Jen and I said, I think I'm going to have Missy come meet us back here at this aid station and take care of these feet. It was just, when I started going again from that brief stop, I was having a lot of pain in the bottom of my foot. Wasn't really sure if it was blisters or not. Guessed it was blisters, was pretty sure, but wasn't 100%. So walked back to the aid station, hung out with the volunteers there. They were good. We had a fun time chatting with them. They were a lot of fun, as all the aid station volunteers always are. Missy got there, got my shoes off, got my socks off, took a look at my feet, and yeah, I had blisters. I had big blisters on the bottom of the heel of my foot and across the ball of my foot. So I knew that wasn't going to be well. I did use my blister kit. I ended up popping the blisters just because they were getting so big and so uncomfortable. I couldn't walk on them. Popped them, taped them up, got my salty britches back on my feet, got socks on, tried a couple of different pairs of shoes, and just nothing felt really comfortable. Ended up with one of my pairs of topos that were pretty cushioned, and I thought maybe those would be okay. During that time, I was also having some cramping from sitting in the van across my left quad. which does happen from time to time, especially when I'm bent up like that, trying to do shoes and socks and all that. So that took a little bit of time to get that stretched out. Got that stretched out the best I could. And we started again, got back to the road, said goodbye to the aid station volunteers. Took maybe, I don't know, 10 steps and realized that this wasn't going to happen. If I had 5 miles, maybe 10 miles, I could limp it in. But with having 28 miles left, it wasn't in the cards for me on that day. So had to swallow my pride, turn back around, and declare that I was done. I was DNFing. So that's how Blackbeard's 2026 ended for me, with a DNF. Yeah, hard pill to swallow. I thought many times over the next couple of days, maybe I could have just gone ahead and finished, just limped it in, did the best I could. Maybe it wouldn't have gotten worse. I'd already taken care of the blisters. Maybe I'd have been okay to finish. And then once we got back to the house and was hobbling around the house, hobbling around the next day or two, and even into the week following, it was Thursday before I could put any pressure on the heel of my foot. Maybe Tuesday when I could put some pressure on the ball of my foot. So looking back, I guess I made the right decision. Still don't like it. Still a hard pill to swallow. Part of me still wishes I'd have continued on. But as Jen reminded me the next day on that Sunday when we're sitting out on the balcony of the rental house, is, by the way, you've got a marathon in 3 weeks. So forgotten about Paris completely. So it was a good reminder. Still a little tender now, 2 weeks out, getting better. Paris is going to be fine. I'll be fine running the marathon. It's just a marathon. I can't believe I'm actually saying that, but yeah, it is. So not going to set any speed goals for Paris, just going to go out and have a good time. I look back on Blackbeard's 2026 with fond memories. The people that I met, being an ambassador, raising money for Michael J. Fox Foundation and Team Fox. It was a great time. I enjoyed it. I will be back. I don't know what next year's going to hold. A lot of it's going to depend on what happens with Cocodona, if I get into that or not. But I will definitely be at Blackbeard's in some fashion in 2027. Don't know what that'll look like, but stay tuned. And we'll see where it goes. So thank you guys for listening in. I wish I'd have gotten more video and pictures out on the course itself so you wouldn't have to listen to me. But thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this even a little bit, like and subscribe, please. I'd love to get some followers up to follow me along on this journey. Got some more exciting things that I haven't announced yet coming up. We'll see when I announce them. Next up is Paris, and as I'm filming this, it is a week away. So I'll post a video here in the next day or two, hopefully. Now that all my technical issues have been resolved, it shouldn't be as much of a delay, but I'll get a little video posted up about why I'm doing Paris. Looking forward to it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the support. And I hope to see you out there on the trails or on the roads. Any questions, comments, anything, just let me know. Love to hear from you. Thanks so much.